2, I realized, I think I can probably come up with something better. And another guy whose dinosaurs are just absolutely fantastic is Bud Root and James Gurney, who did Ninetopia.
For folks who come in late, if you want to buy a raffle ticket to win this art, we're selling those up here for $5 a ticket.
Here's a question for Frank. What weight of pencil are you using there?
Say it again.
What kind of pencil?
Yeah, what weight of a pencil?
This is
Can't see that.
this is a mechanical pencil.
Yeah.
Pentel 0.7
Yeah, okay.
millimeter.
The hardness of the lead, what hardness is it?
I just got out of the case, so it's whatever. The 7.7 millimeter lead that they sell it at Staples.
It's probably HB. Yeah, it's kind of dark, but you can start out real light.
Yes. I'm an ass man, so I have
Can't start out like that.
Is she like the first cowgirl?
You can't ask me any more questions.
Yeah, that guy's scaring me. Let's call security.
Where did you go to school?
I went to University of Maryland nursing school. So, no, it's true. I mean, my nursing degree is in the bathroom of my house.
Oh, so you don't have a BA in bathroom?
I have a BS in nursing. They didn't like it. They didn't like it at all. I mean, they thought that I was nuts.
Becomes doctor.
They come from a very from the old country, so they think a grown man sitting in a house, just drawing cartoons was a real job. So. They still, to be honest with you, they still don't understand it, but they're happy that I'm happy, When I got syndicated and was in about 100 newspaper, doing Liberty Meadows for about 3 years. My mom told me every time that she got to basically get a real job and use your degree, get a real job, and do this cartooning, drawing your funny animal on the side during weekends. And I kept telling her, this is a real job. This is actually my career, and I'm very lucky to have broken into the newspaper market. But they never understood that, and to this day, I don't think they truly, fully understand what I've been doing. So, I mean, they've finally come around, because their coworkers turned out to be big fans of mine. So the coworkers kept telling my parents, how awesome, my crap is. So they came around. they don't understand it, but you know, I think they kind of realize that I am actually doing something pretty good, something special.
Did you ever work as a nurse?
No, I did. When I went to nursing school, I did do a lot of the whole nursing clinical rotation and all that. I actually helped deliver a baby, a crack baby. So as a male nurse, I get all the shitty jobs because I'm the male nurse. So all the physical stuff, the nurse would basically grab me. And in nursing school, the male to female ratio is 8:1. That's why I went to nursing school, because I want to get, you know, surrounded by women and I'm trying to get laid. So anyway, so I had my student rotation in OBGYN, maternity ward. So I went to the delivery room for that day to just observe. And unfortunately, they brought in this lady who was high on crack and was giving birth. This is Baltimore, actually right up the street on Lombard. So anyway, so I'm not supposed to do anything because I'm not, you know, certified. I'm just a student. So the lady was high and she was just throwing her leg around. And the doctor looked around and saw me. I'm just standing in the corner, you know, just looking. And he said, "You grab her leg." So I grabbed her leg like this, and her crotch was really where the mic is. And then another resident came in and he grabbed the other leg. So just the three guys and the other nurses, you know, running around, you know, trying to calm her down. So anyway, well, since she was addicted to crack, she didn't take care of herself. She turned out to be, she got pregnancy diabetes. So if you guys don't know what pregnancy diabetes is, basically your baby will be huge because of blood sugar and all that. So anyway, so me and the resident were holding the leg, you know, and the lady is just screaming bloody murder. And the baby is huge. I mean, so the doctor tried to get the baby out, and then it turned out his head was so big that he kind of got stuck. So they got this, what looked like a salad fork, you know, was trying to, like a shoehorn, you know, was trying to get the baby out. But so he actually got like a suction cup, and it really did look like a plunger. So stuck it on the baby's head and was kind of extracting it out. And fun stuff. And you know, and then suddenly, you know, this baby's head just popped out. And it's like the biggest baby that I've ever seen in my life. And once the head comes out, the rest kind of falls very easily because the baby's head is bigger than the body. Yeah. So and the baby was I think like almost 12 pounds. It's a huge baby. Yeah. And Gatorade there. So anyway, so I'm right here, and the baby just head popped out. You know, it's like freaked me out. You know. And I helped deliver a baby, you know. The mother was fine, and the baby was fine, you know. And so yeah, so that's when I decided to become a comic book artist.
How do you visualize a piece before you draw it?
Exactly. Characters, what characters? Comic book characters. Comic strip or comic book? Oh, I grew up reading Marvel comics as a kid. I was a huge Marvel fan. And I never liked DC because DC comics were boring as hell. also occasional Batman. You know, just because it's Batman. I mean, I've always thought Batman was a Marvel character. Despite the whole homoerotic overtones. So I really hate Superman. No, I do. I really hate Superman. I think he's a big, giant. We have kids, so. So. Anyway, so yeah, so Spider-Man was my favorite character, one of my favorite characters growing up. Spider-Man, Wolverine, Punisher. Well, like your typical, you know, I was your typical fanboy. And I loved John Byrne's Fantastic Four growing up. And so I really didn't really get into newspaper comic strip until later on, until I was like in middle school. I mean, I grew up reading comics in elementary school, so I was always, first and foremost, a comic book fan. And I really didn't care about a lot of the newspaper comic strips growing up until I saw Bloom County. So I'm a huge Bloom County fan, and then Calvin and Hobbes came.
Yeah.
So, and then the Far Side. So after that, I really didn't read anything else outside those three. And then, you know, actually discovered a lot of Golden Age comic strip. So that was really cool. So I became a big fan of the classic comic books. I mean, comic strips. Like Little Abner, Pogo, Tarzan, Prince Valiant, Flash Gordon, all those great stuff.
How do you visualize a piece as you draw it?
This may sound weird, but I scribble until I kind of get a basic shape that I'm happy with. So, yeah, her ass is just ridiculous right here. Her ass looks like she's pregnant.
Plunger.
That's right. Ass like a pony. The question, anime? Not really. I mean, I'm not really into the whole tentacle sex. So,
Appropriate for my age.
just what?
I meant something appropriate for my age. I'm 12.
You're 12? Oh, man.
What is this?
Next time you should have, like, no kids. Well, that's the South, though, you know. They're already brain damage down there.
Yeah, but Frank, this is Baltimore. We have the crack babies.
And the gunfights.
With everybody's relaunching everything, if you had a chance to redesign something, which character would you redesign?
What do you mean? Which company?
Either one.
I don't know. I mean, I've never been a big fan of wearing underwear outside, you know, pants. So.
How do you feel about the new costume?
Of what?
Superman.
I don't give a shit about Superman.
Say what you mean, Frank.
I mean, Superman can be such a great character, but they screw it up every single time. I mean, that's a good question. I mean, it's like every time I see a Superman movie, it's like he's always fighting a damn rock, you know? I mean, well, why is he, you know, Lex Luthor? I mean, that's just stupid. I mean, he should be fighting, you know, someone who is just as strong or stronger than he is, you know? Lex Luthor is just a bald businessman. I mean, who has killed, what, billions of people at this point? You know, obviously he's not gonna reform, and he's Superman. And, you know, he grew up on the farm, so he knows when to kind of separate the sick animal from the healthy animals to keep the whole herd, you know, healthy. I mean, you know, Superman should just eventually just pick Lex Luthor up and just toss him into the sun. And no one would say anything because, you know, and the whole thing, you know, like Batman beating up Superman, that's all a bunch of bull. That's what?
Batman can totally beat up Superman. Batman's awesome.
Sure.
Sure.
So, no, I mean, I'm a big Batman fan. I mean, you know, I picked up Batman when Don Newton was drawing it. I'm a huge Don Newton fan. And, but, I don't know, I mean, I haven't read Batman in a while, so I really don't know what's going on. I heard that he has like a son now from, well actually, it probably won't happen because they're rebooting the whole thing, right?
No, his son's still around.
Okay, so yeah, so Batman actually has a son by, who's the mother? Yeah. So,
So the grandfather, the father-in-law, would be Ra's al Ghul.
right. So, again,
What would Neil Adams be thinking about that now?
why are we talking about DC Comics? I don't give a shit about DC Comics. Dr. Doom.
He's the ultimate villain there.
Dr. Doom and Galactus, actually.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Marvel superhero movies?
They're awesome. Better than that piece of shit Green Lantern. No, actually, Green Lantern has potential to be a great character. And so far, what Jeff Johns did with the whole different color rings, I think it was brilliant.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it kind of sucks that it couldn't translate, they didn't translate that well into the movies. So, I don't know, I'm actually, I think eventually DC will make a really good superhero movie outside Batman. I'm actually curious about Superman movie because they're redoing everything. And that guy Schneider, Zack Schneider, yeah. So he's a great director, great visual director. So it's gonna look awesome. Hopefully. I hated Sucker Punch. Actually, when I first saw Watchmen, I thought it was okay. I wasn't really too thrilled about it, but I saw it again on Blu-ray, and I actually liked it the second time around because I actually could see all the different stuff they put in from the comic book. I haven't watched any of that, to be honest with you. I mean, outside the Batman TV show when Bruce Timm and all those guys were doing it. I don't understand why they don't just give Bruce Timm the money and say, go ahead and make it into a live action, you know, because that guy he knows his stuff. I mean, he really knows how to tell a great story. Paul Dini, and they should just give him the money and say, go ahead and create all the, you know, do all the live action stuff.
What do you like to draw for fun?
Naked ladies.
What do you like to do for fun? I figured I'd give it to you.
Look at internet porn.
What's your favorite series right now?
I just finished watching Justified, which season 1. That was pretty good. I just finished watching Lie to Me. That's another fun show.
Comic book series.
What?
Comic book series.
Oh, comic book. I don't read comics. No. It's a funny thing. When I was younger, I used to read everything, all the comic book that came out. Now, when I became a professional, I really don't have time anymore to keep up with the comics. So I still haven't read Civil War. So I mean, at this point, I only read comics that I'm drawing. And the X-Men that I drew, I was actually just confused as hell because I haven't read the X-Men in about 14 years. And so I'm like, who the hell is this character? You know, why is she wearing a burqa? Who's this? And Jason Aaron is an evil bastard. So he decided when he heard that I was drawing that issue, he's like, I'm gonna make sure he draws the girl with the burqa, you know. So when I see him on the floor, I'm gonna kick him in his teeth. I think that was love. You know? So actually, have you seen Jason Aaron? He's at the con, and he looked like that dude from ZZ Top, you know, the beard.
I wonder how long that beard must be.
No, actually, he's actually a great guy and a great writer. So might be working something with him down the road. I can't really say because Marvel been kind of was on my ass about leaking, announcing the projects that I shouldn't be announcing. So I'm doing this X-Men project.
So is it easier for you to draw a book when you like the series or like what you're reading, or just kind of work for you to do?
Yes and no. I mean, like when I was drawing Mighty Avengers for Bendis, I mean, Bendis is one of my favorite writers. And so part of me was, the fan was excited when I got the script, when I read it, and it was like awesome. And then the artist side of me read the script and said, oh. Fudge. Because I had to draw these, giant cityscape being destroyed and all that. So it takes time to draw. So yes and no. If I really like the story, the job is a little bit easier. But there are plenty of jobs where I wasn't too crazy about the story, but I actually loved drawing because it was so fun to draw. Because a lot of the scenes were just so visual and stuff. Naked ladies.